everyone. I'm Darian Gold, and welcome to All Things Pilates Season 6. As we dig deeper into the life of a contrologist, this season's guest list shares what the Pilates methodology can offer to anyone who desires health and wellness. On this show, we'll explore, seek, and investigate what's possible when we incorporate contrology into our lives. For those of us who are adults and have only faint memories of what it was like to be in the world as a teenager, today I'd like to introduce you to Bela Resendes, a sophomore at Spanish River Community High School in Boca Raton, Florida. For the last 2 years, Bela has been studying the Pilates method at her mom's studio, Delfina Pilates. Last year, I had the pleasure of teaching a duet Wunda chair lesson with Bela and her sister, Luna. What I found so refreshing was their pure focus and ability to remain quiet as they took in my detailed cueing. I asked Bela if she'd share with us why, in the life of a busy teenager, she makes time for her Pilates practice. Hello, Bela. Welcome to All Things Pilates.
Hi, Darian. Nice to be here.
Thank you for being here. Bela, what prompted you to begin a Pilates program?
Well, I had been studying ballet for around 8 years since I was 5 years old, and my mom got her certification to become a teacher. So I had always, been around Pilates, and I had been doing mat classes with her since I was really little. And after I stopped doing ballet, it was just such an easy transition because they're so similar to each other. So I started taking class with her regularly 3 times a week.
Was she hard on you?
Yeah, she was. She really taught me well and went over all my mistakes, which is nice to having Pilates teacher mom.
Did you notice the fact that you had ballet training in your body? Did it feel similar, or you just understood how to already find the exercises in your body? Or do you think that there were differences?
I mean, there are definitely similarities. There's a lot of connections between ballet and Pilates, which is what made the transition so easy. But there are differences too. Like it's much more fast-paced in Pilates, I noticed, which is nice. But also in ballet, it's so organized and you take instructions so well. So I think that has really helped me in Pilates. I really know what to do with my body. So I can take cues well because I know how to move that way.
Speaking of your high school, is there a fitness program or athletic program?
There's a lot of different sports in my high school, but there's no Pilates. There's, weight training and track, but nothing like Pilates.
Or yoga or Tai Chi, nothing mind-body?
Nothing mind-body.
Don't you think that needs to change?
Yeah, I think it would really benefit high schoolers and, just make going through life so much easier because I know people have a lot of pain from being hunched over and sitting and carrying really, really heavy backpacks around all day.
How heavy are those backpacks actually?
I don't know. I mean, I carry like 2 really thick binders and a laptop and books with me, but
that's a lot.
It gets a lot to carry.
And do you find yourself hunching over?
Oh yeah, all the time. I'm writing essays and I'm on my computer all day, and I find that when I'm hunched over, I try to fix my posture, but it's subconscious.
Do you have an alarm or a reminder to stop and then do some extension work in your spine?
I really should because I'm hunched over all day, but I just try to, periodically I just remember, so I try to fix it.
I think that whole idea of carrying so much weight in the back has to be reevaluated as to what would be the most important materials for students to bring with them. What could they leave in their locker?
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, at my school, you have to pay for the lockers.
You have to pay for your lockers?
Yeah, I don't have one, so I have to carry everything in my backpack. think that's also a really big problem because not everybody can afford to pay the extra money for a locker when they can just get it.
That is wrong. That's, oh my. Do you think that is like that in all high schools and junior high schools?
Well, at my old school, I didn't even have a locker. I didn't have the option. So I don't really, yeah.
Okay, they need to change that. That's very discouraging.
Mm-hmm.
A whole generation of hunchbacks because they couldn't afford a locker.
Exactly. Or they didn't even have the option to pay for one.
Let me ask you about our fabulous Pilates method that keeps us from being hunched over. What would you say is the best thing that you have learned or that you incorporate in your life?
Well, definitely, I feel like the connection between my mind and my body is really nice because a lot of sports is just, go, go, go. But Pilates really, tunes your mind and what you do. So I think that's really nice. I know a lot of people, I have friends that take Pilates, have taken Pilates, and they just don't have the same control that Pilates gives that I have from Pilates. Even
Wait. Say that again. So you have friends who have their own practice or they do another kind of sport?
they do volleyball, and they came to my mom's studio to do Pilates, and they couldn't control their body. Yeah.
What would you say to them if you were teaching a volleyball player who had no connection at all? What would you say to her or her? Do you guys play volleyball?
Me, no. I'm
No.
No, I can't play volleyball.
Okay.
But I would tell her to slow down and really think about what she's doing because volleyball is just jumping and running around. They don't have time to think about what they're doing exactly. So I would tell her to try to focus on the small movements that she's doing and not try to do it quickly, not try to just get it done.
When you watched her, was she motivated or was she upset because she couldn't do it right?
I think she was just, I think she wasn't upset. I don't even think she really knew. She wasn't aware that she wasn't really connecting her body and her mind. She was just doing the motions without really thinking. But
was it just her or was she in a class?
Yeah, she was in a group class.
So she was observing other volleyball players or just other people in the class?
Just the people in the class.
So did she express her frustration to you?
No, she didn't really realize it. I think
Did she come back?
Yeah, she came back. She's a close friend. But yeah.
Has it made her volleyball playing better?
I mean, I think so. I think she's more I think so. I mean, I don't really go watch it, but I think it should.
She hasn't said to you, "Oh, my throwing or my kicking."
Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that, but I think volleyball and Pilates definitely should because, it would really help volleyballers play and get them stronger in muscles that they don't necessarily work in volleyball and the gym.
Definitely.
So every sport goes perfect with Pilates.
100%. Yes.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite exercise?
I don't have a favorite exercise. I have a favorite apparatus.
Oh.
Favorite.
Oh, we're going to talk about the Wunda chair. It's my favorite too. Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I really like how hands-on it is. I mean, I know everything is hands-on, but it really, really makes you work.
Because you're on a small platform.
Yeah, you have to move correctly. With reformer, I feel like people can get away with maybe doing things not as
precise
and accurate. But in the Wunda chair, if you don't do it accurately, you don't do it correctly.
That's a definite. Are you interested in following in your mom's footsteps? Maybe running your own studio?
I definitely want to get my certification, 100%.
Oh.
I haven't decided yet because it takes a lot of, people skills. My mom is really good with people. She just connects with them and people love her. So I need to, you know, just decide and feel it out.
Do you see yourself teaching other teenagers?
I think I definitely want to practice on them. And I think that bringing teenagers to Pilates would be so beneficial for their body. So I definitely want to try that.
Would you teach them mat and apparatus?
I think mat is a great way to start, but apparatus is even better. So both, definitely.
So you have girlfriends that you work out with?
Yeah, I do.
Are you the best one?
Doing it the longest.
Do you find yourself giving corrections even though you're pals?
I mean, in class, I go next to them and I just tell them little things that maybe if the teacher is working on someone else and I notice they're doing something wrong, oh, do this, do this.
Okay, so that's the natural teacher in you.
Yeah, definitely.
We were talking about what it's like to carry these really heavy backpacks and how just naturally hunched over because of how gravity and the weight in the back is how your body is responding.
Mm-hmm.
If you were to come up with, let's say, 2 or 3 exercises that could help your fellow classmates, can you imagine what those exercises might be? Maybe even in their chair. Could you think about something you could give your class? Let's just say everyone heard about Pilates. They know you're doing Pilates. You've been doing it for a long time. And everyone comes up to you and says, oh, my back hurts so much. Do you have a stretch you can give me?
I mean, definitely just first sitting up and opening their chest. That already helps immensely for me. And in their chair, I would just say trying to maybe get some.
Well, what does that mean? If somebody is clueless about their body and you say, open your chest, they may not even know what that means.
That's true. That's true. I would say just sit up really straight and try to open your shoulders out, make them, in a straight line. Put all your chest in a straight line. Just open. Open is the best, I think.
It's so because we danced. So open is just in our vocabulary. But for people who just are not in their body the same way, do you think you might use imagery to help? Maybe you could say something like, imagine someone's behind you and they have their hands on your shoulders and they pull those shoulders back. That might give somebody an idea of what that might feel like. Maybe you could use some imagery.
Yeah, definitely. We use imagery a lot. So I think having a mental image of what it should feel and look like would be the most helpful, especially for people that don't know what to do. I mean, I know the vocabulary in ballet, it's just ingrained in my mind. So not everybody understands what that means.
So the first thing would be is to teach someone how to sit up out of their chair, sit the spine tall. What can you think of another exercise or stretch they could do even just in their chair? Because maybe you could come up with a chair routine that you could implement in your own class. People would be so appreciative. They'll be in less discomfort and pain.
Mm-hmm. I think for me, I know in Pilates, my favorite to open my chest is having the bar, putting it behind me and pulling it apart. I think that it really feels good. So
that would be great.
Something like that. Something that you can, grab onto your chair and just,
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Because that's what feels the best for me. And I know if you can use other things in place of the bar, that would, get the same effect.
So maybe you're saying they're sitting in their chairs and the hands go behind at the back of the chair and they're going to pull their shoulders back?
Yeah. And feel like they're pulling the chair apart.
With their hands.
Their hands.
What about their their pelvis because people usually have tight hips from sitting.
Yeah, I mean, I do. So, I don't know. For me, just sitting up straight helps a lot. Like, also, the chairs in school are like curved. So you have no choice but to like curve your pelvis down.
Wait. They're curved where?
Like in like the butt area, they're curved.
Oh, it's like a basket.
Yeah, kind of like a basket. It's not a
It doesn't keep the pelvis in neutral. It puts you in a posterior tilt.
It does. It does. Like
Oh, that's logical.
Yeah, it's the most kids. I find kids all the time sliding forward until their pelvis is like at the end of the chair, their shoulders level to the back of the chair. So that already messes you up so much.
Hey everyone, want to level up your teaser? When I'm not interviewing or editing, I'm helping students just like you get to the next level. If you'd like to understand the Contrology technique, come learn from me, whether online or in person. Just know I'm here and happy to help. Now, back to the interview. Is there any way you can get a petition going to change the chairs? That's critical.
It is. People, I imagine, have a lot of health problems just from sitting in the chairs at school. I mean, you can definitely have a petition. It's difficult though because every single chair is like that. I've from my elementary school to the two different high schools I've been to and the middle school.
Unbelievable.
All the same.
I'm wondering if you could recommend everyone sitting on a book because that'll shift their pelvis into more of a neutral position.
I mean, yeah, but
have you ever done that?
No, I imagine that wouldn't be the most comfortable, but that would help.
It's interesting. I don't know if there's a budget at your school, but maybe some kind of pillow that would it's only going to make the students study longer and not check out in their head.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure about the budget in my school, but that definitely would help. I mean, changing the chairs would be the best, but that takes a lot.
And have other kids expressed their dissatisfaction with the chairs in general?
I mean, me and my friend in our class were always talking about how uncomfortable the chairs are. And they have like these screws in the back, perfect, just at like mid back that always attach to our hairs. So then we sit up, it rips our hair out. Very uncomfortable and it hurts a lot. So it also, there's just so many things wrong with the chairs at school.
I wonder who made the decision to have these kind of chairs in your classes.
They definitely did not do Pilates.
Or they're probably not women with long hair.
Oh, no, definitely not. So, yeah, not fun to sit at school.
That's it. It seems like a no-brainer, but it could really impact people's study levels.
Oh, I know. I would be so much more focused if, I wasn't focused on how much my lower back hurts or how much my shoulders hurt from being hunched over. I would get so much more done.
Maybe the school board will hear this episode and rethink and be interested in the health of their students.
I think they should.
Last October, I came to your mom's studio, Delfina Pilates, and I taught you and Luna, your sister, a Wunda chair class. Can you share because especially I didn't know that Wunda chair was your favorite. Mm-hmm. Can you share what that experience was like? And was there anything that I had you do or a cue that I said that made you rethink or an aha moment? Or did your body feel different after the class?
Well, right away I noticed when you made us walk across the floor, you already noticed, the problems I have in my hips and my joints from ballet. So after that class, I feel like your class was the one that made me realize, how messed up I am, how many problems I have. And it really has made me do Pilates differently. Like I'm noticing, how unstable my pelvis is. So I'm always trying to, stabilize myself and just keep myself, square and trying to not to move around that much. So after that, I've been doing Pilates differently.
Oh, I
Definitely has.
didn't know that.
Oh yeah, my mindset is completely different now.
Can you say more about your mindset, maybe before and after?
Well, before I wasn't really focused on the specifics. I was doing the motions without realizing what I was doing wrong. I haven't done a private yet, which I should. So it's difficult to, focus on every single person in the class. Um, but with you really focused on my hips and how unstable they are. And after that,
But you didn't know that? You didn't know that?
I mean, I knew I had hip problems because, I feel them, but I didn't realize how it was affecting how I did Pilates.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
we did similar exercises then that you're familiar with, but it felt different because we focused
Yeah.
on leveling your pelvis.
Mm-hmm. So since then, I've been doing lighter springs, just focusing on, what I'm doing and not just the exercise.
That is fantastic to hear. And it goes back to what you were saying in the beginning about one of the differences with Pilates is that eventually you move really fast and precise.
Mm-hmm.
However, if you have any kind of imbalance in your body, especially structurally,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you have to slow it down because your brain and body need time to assimilate and to come together, right? So eventually, practicing Pilates, we do want to really move because it's a movement practice, but you can't ask a body to move quickly if you're going to be all over the place.
Yeah, that's why I've really been trying to focus on really small movements and not trying to do the big things incorrectly. Going back to the basics and really fine tuning my stability.
That's beautiful. Your body already knows large movement because you danced.
Yeah, jumps across the floor, but I need to focus on footwork and like tree, all the basics that I haven't focused on, that I haven't given it the time that I should because, I didn't realize how unstable I was.
Do you practice a number of times a week?
Yeah, I try to do 3, but sometimes I have, scheduling conflicts with school. So sometimes it's 2, but usually 3.
Well, the fact that you have this, you're a regular teenager with a lot of responsibilities and pressures on you in school and homework,
Yeah.
etc. Do you have other outside interests that keep you pulled in another direction?
I mean, I love to read, so I'm always trying to read, but it's mostly homework. I have a lot of homework in my classes, but I try to prioritize. I prioritize that and Pilates, so I try to do both.
And are you at the studio 1 hour or do you stay longer?
Well, we're there usually. I'm usually gone out of the house for a couple hours because I have to take my brother to swimming before that, and then after I help my mom clean the studio and maybe switch the towers to mats or vice versa.
You recently, the studio bought a guillotine. Have you been on the guillotine?
Not yet, but I'm really excited to try it. It's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Mm.
It's a gym in a doorway.
Yeah.
You could really put that guillotine in if your ceiling, if your door frame was tall enough, you could put it right in the frame of a door. Take the door off.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, we got an attachment to attach it to the wall.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. I've seen it on Delfina's Instagram.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, one more question about the Wunda chair, because I didn't know that your class with me helped you rethink how you approach movement in general.
Mm-hmm.
Were there exercises that we did on the chair that you now do much better because of that new awareness of your pelvis? And if so, which exercises?
I mean, definitely with all of them, I'm trying to keep my pelvis stable. But it was what we did on the Cadillac that really helped me with the leg springs.
Side leg springs?
Side leg springs. That was my aha moment when you told me, when you were showing my mom how how tilted and how twisted my hips were when we were doing that. That's what led me to, really fine tune. So the Wunda chair, I love that class. I love that portion, but it was the Cadillac that really, changed my mindset.
I think it's because when you brought your leg back, maybe you were in your brain and your muscle memory, you were in your arabesque.
Yeah. So my hips.
So immediately.
My hips were not.
Right. So for a ballet dancer who lives in a external rotation all the time, you can use the Pilates method and emphasize the parallel position so that the hips and the back get a chance to have a new kind of muscle patterning that will help balance out the pelvis.
Definitely. I think ballerinas, it would really be so bad in their dance to do Pilates. They just balance each other out so nicely.
Agreed.
I really wish I could have done ballet and Pilates at the same time, but I had ballet. I did it 3 times a week, 2 hours a class. So I did a lot. And then I had homework, so I really didn't have time, but that would have been amazing.
Were you on point?
Yeah, I did point for 2 or 3 years. So, yeah.
Were any of your teachers technicians, so they really talked about your placement?
I mean, they all did, but none of them really focused on it in length. But they were amazing teachers. But I feel like they didn't exactly focus on like placement as much as they probably should have.
Could you ever imagine taking your Pilates education back into your ballet school?
I mean, I think I would be so much better at ballet now, but I don't plan on going back.
Even just as a teacher to help the younger students?
I think, oh yeah, definitely. If I were to ever open a studio or even just become a teacher, I would really try to bring ballerinas to the studio. I think it would help them so much, not just in ballet, but, in their everyday life.
Do you have anything to say other than to ballerinas, the regular teenager who hasn't experienced this amazing method? Do you have any advice or encouraging words to get them into the studio?
I think just to try it out. I mean, I know even with boys, maybe it's more girly, but I know it's definitely not. It was made by a man. I think just to go and do it, it would really help them so much. I know they would definitely feel the difference in their lives.
Okay, so hopefully with your continuing understanding and practice of the work, you don't practice at home, right? You don't have time.
Yeah, no.
No time.
No.
I do see in my crystal ball a great opportunity for you to approach, I don't know if it's the school board or just your teacher, your main teacher, the possibility of offering something super basic like a 3-minute timeout every hour, every couple of hours. And you just give a couple of stretches at the chair and maybe one thing where people stand up so they rest their hips. That would be so amazing.
I think that would make such a difference. Just a couple minutes every period would just be so much better and make life so much easier. I know for me.
Maybe you could call it Bella's Stretches.
That would be fun.
And if you have a friend who does graphic design, you could already come up with a logo.
Yeah. Or I can do it myself.
Yes, you could do it yourself so that when you approach your teacher, you already have it all lined up. How could they not say yes?
I don't know. And it would help them too, because I know they're hunched over at their desk all day too.
Absolutely.
So that would help. Definitely.
Yes. Well, I wish you continued success in your schooling, for sure in Pilates, and I hope to see you maybe at the end of this year for a lesson.
Thank you so much for having me. I hope to see you too. Another lesson with you.
Yes. Wanda chair and Cadillac.
Part 2.
Part 2. That's it, girl. Thank you, Bella.
Thank you for having me. Nice to talk to you, Darren.
All Things Pilates is produced, written, edited, and hosted by me, Darian Gold. Mastered audio mix Fabian Romero. Original music, aka Johnny. And we'd love for you to leave us a review on Apple Podcast or Spotify. That way you let all of us know what you like about all things Pilates. Also, if you're interested in helping to support this podcast, become a subscriber. It helps to cover all the back-end costs that accrue when producing a show. To learn more about how you can be part of our growing community, check out our show notes. Youth is not a time of life, it is a state of mind. You are as old as your doubt, your fear, your despair. The way to keep young is to keep your faith young, keep your self-confidence young, keep your hope young. Luella F. Fian.